WordPress Beta 2 is out, literally 19 hours ago. I love it when the WordPress core team releases a beta or a release candidate right before I'm about to stream, because then it gives me something to stream about. Essentially what he was saying, and I actually really appreciate what he said here. He said, let's think about this from a user perspective. The headline feature should be that WordPress now has a connector settings page. When you visit setting connectors, there can be OAuth flows and a keychain for putting in API keys. And what I really like about this is it's not just about AI providers. It's about any external connection that requires API keys. What plugin developers could do is they could use this global connectors page, register their API key there, and then also have it in their settings. So I have my WordPress site here. It is running beta 2. So it's as up to date and as fresh as we can get. It doesn't have any plugins installed currently. Sorry, active currently, so it's just a clean install. AI client.php uses the WordPress AI client package or class, and there's this global function called WP-AI client prompt that you can use. And this will all get documented in the WordPress reference docs, so it'll all be there and available. So that's where the code is that's coming in. That's what's been merged. And as you can see, it doesn't include any providers yet, so it can't actually do anything. So on the connectors page, if I want to use that connector, I click install and it installs that plugin. That's cool if you think about like third-party plugins that are connectors. If you want to connect things up, you have this process to install the plugin, so that's cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up my 1Password and take it off screen so that you don't all steal my passwords. It is at least saved and protected once you save it. So I guess that's okay. It's a very small PHP file. And essentially, what it's doing is it's registering a WP-CLI command, PHP AI demo text. I'm just going to call this AI demo text. And then you give it a prompt and then it generates some stuff. I'm going to take this off screen because I might have configured some API keys in my config the last time I was doing this. So give me a second. Cool. Every WordPress admin knows this feeling. It means that your users you don't need to do anything in your plugin if you want your users to support OpenAI, Claude, or Gemini. You can just tell them, this is what we use. You don't have to worry about the provider. You can just create your plugin that does your AI stuff. And the user decides what provider they want to use because it's their money, it's their cash. I think that's something worth thinking about because that would be a very cool user experience. I click on this, it takes me to plugins, lists all the current providers. So there's Anthropic, Google, OpenAI. So I want to see a list of those three and any other community plugins that are specifically AI providers. So it's not just about AI providers, it's also about any other kind of connector. So if we go back to tags, maybe the tag is connectors. And then it's any kind of connector. You see that's doing a search. Maybe the tag is connectors and that lists all the connectors. And then if it's AI connectors or external API connectors or whatever, you just install and off you go. Another question I do have right now is how would I, if I wanted to, for example, add OpenRouter. So I've got a plugin that is an AI provider for OpenRouter. How would I register the OpenRouter connector so that the user can just add their connector here? And that this is what annoys me. The button's there and I go back here. The button should be up here. I'm going to just disable my API key just in case. An error. Message must be of type string. What am I doing? Ah, what have I done? I've broken something. Oh. I'm just hacking core here. I'm not going to obviously commit any of these changes anyway, but I just want to see what that does. But essentially, that's all you need to do. You need to register a provider, which, as I say, there are a bunch already. There's Anthropic, Google, OpenAI, Aslam did one for Grok. I did one for OpenRouter. Last week, I think it was last week or the week before, I shared that Laurie had one for Mistral. So whatever provider there is, if somebody creates a plugin for it, it'll just work with the WP-AI client. But if it all goes well, then this is coming to WordPress. Basically setting up WordPress to be ready for AI. What is nice about this is that now abilities and the AI client are part of WordPress core. So if you want to show people this, it's already there. But these two pieces, the AI client internally and the abilities API, are setting WordPress up to be ready for whatever's coming in the field of AI. It's exciting. On my YouTube channel, I created a post yesterday where I was talking about the fact that for the last few weeks I've been experimenting with a new edited video format where I take the stream video and then I edit it up and I turn it into a shorter video, less than 15 minutes. And so I'd love to hear if you've been watching any of these videos, if you find this interesting. I did submit a workshop and a talk, and I was accepted, but unfortunately I'd already submitted elsewhere because when I saw the speaker announcements coming out, I thought that they'd passed on my workshops. I love the interaction in the chat, so thank you for that. It makes me feel like I'm not just talking to a wall. I'm looking forward to seeing all these AI things come to WordPress. Have a great rest of your Friday, rest of your weekend, and I'll see you next week Friday. Bye.